What is going on, guys? TTL here. Going to be going over my top 5 NBA plays for today. Today's December 13th, 2024. Going to go ahead and get this out of the way, guys. Go sign up for VIP, $20 a month. Make some extra bread around this Christmas time. Pay for those Christmas gifts using Prizepicks, boys. We're crushing it. We have CS2 later today. We have NBA. And we're going to keep on doing NFL, NBA, Counter-Strike, Valorant, League of Legends. We do a ton of different esports, and we're just going to keep on crushing it. So go ahead and sign up for VIP, $20 a month using the Patreon link in the pinned comment. Or if you prefer putting plays in yourself, not following the exact slips, I've created a website called predictiveprofits.ai. You can sign up to this using the link in the pinned comment as well. Use code TTL50 for half off. And we have the betting predictor and the prop predictor. Betting predictor is for sportsbook bets. Prop predictor is for prize picks, things like that. And you can use this to it runs 10,000 simulations per prop on the board. And it tells you exactly what props to take. You can click it, get more information about the opposing team, get like all the past 10, this season's data, the projection that we have them out, the projected hit rate, all that good stuff. Definitely go sign up. Use code TTL50 for half off of your first week or month and go try it out. So let's get into the actual picks of today's video. The first one's going to be one that a lot of people don't like. And if you're going to take this, I do recommend taking this on Chalkboard. So Chalkboard has this at a 1.85x. So typically Sleeper and Chalkboard, their payouts, you want a like 1.73, 1.74x. That's the equivalent of what we're getting on Prizepicks, right? Theirs is at 1.85x. Now on Sleeper, it's a little bit closer to what we get on Prizepicks. It's like a 1.75, 1.76. But what we're taking is Anthony Davis, and we're going to take his under 33.5 points and assists. This is versus the Timberwolves, who have a great defense. And let's go ahead and take a look at this. So let's head over to the player prop section on Predictive Profits. We're on the Prizepicks lines section, and we're going to go and search up Anthony Davis. Let's do this by hit rate. And we can see points and assists 33.5. The under is the projection to take, and the under hit in around 75% of the simulations that it ran. And when we take a look and we click this, we can see, first of all, first thing I noticed, Minnesota Timberwolves defense, they are ranked 3rd and 4th for least amount of assists and points allowed. 3rd in assists, allowing 23.6 assists per game. 4th in points allowed, allowing 107 points per game. And then the projection details, we have him projected for right at 29 points and assists in today's game. And we have him hitting the under in 75% of the time. And when we take a look at this, we can see over his last 5, he only went over in 1 game, and he's averaging 28 points and assists. Over his last 10, he only went over in 2 games, and he's averaging 27.6. And then this season, he's averaging right around 31 points and assists, and he only went over this 7 games out of 23. So I'm loving this, guys. Let's go ahead and lock this in and just start us off right with Anthony Davis under 33.5 points and assists. Let's move on to play number 2. We're going to go ahead and do... There's quite a few that I like today. Let's go ahead and do Josh Giddey. We're going to do Giddey under 19.5 PR. This is versus the Hornets. Now, the Hornets do allow a ton of pretty much everything against everyone. And that's coming from a Hornets fan as well. I love the Hornets. I live in South Carolina, if you didn't know. I go to Hornets games pretty often. And, I mean, but they allow a lot. So, but Josh Giddey, I do not think he's going to go over today. This number's a little bit high for him. I'm taking the under 19.5 points and rebounds. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. So Giddey, points and rebounds, 19.5. The under is projected to hit in around 74.88% hit rate. Now, if this pops up like this happens sometimes, it just means that it hasn't grabbed the team yet, and it should have that info in around 10-15 minutes. But sometimes that happens on Predictive Profits. I'm working on getting that fixed. But the unknown team defense, we did look it up, and obviously, yeah, the Hornets allow quite a bit of everything. So it's not going to be good looks, you know. They're like mid versus Josh Giddey. But his projection details, projection is 17.6. So we can say 17 to 18 PR is his projection. He's projected to hit the under 19.5 in around 75%. And we can take a look, he's only went over this one game of his last 5, and he's averaging 17.6 in his last 5. His last 10, he's averaging 17, and he only went over in 2 of 10. And then this season, he's only went over in 7 of 25, and he's averaging 17.9. So although he comes close in most games, he does not go over in most games. So I'm going to take the under here on Giddey, 19.5 PR. And let's move on to our third play of the day. And that's going to be Finney-Smith over 8.5 points versus the Grizzlies. This is one that I'm loving. The Grizzlies allow quite a few points. Let's go ahead and search him up. This may be an unknown team defense as well, but we can see the points lines at 8.5. The projection is over in 74.24%. And when we take a look, we can see it's an unknown team defense, but they allow quite a few points. And this is a great matchup for him. We have him projected for right around 11 points in this matchup, 10 to 11. We have him hitting this in 74% of games. We can see he's hit this in 4 of his last 5. Averaging 10.8. Over his last 10, he's hit in 8 of 10, averaging 11 points per game. And this season, he's hit in 11 of 16 games, averaging 10.5 per game. And the Nets are still ridden with a lot of people being out, injuries, things like that. I'm really loving Dorian Finney-Smith over 8.5 points today. This is already bumped to 9.5 on Chalkboard, and it's a 1.6x over on Sleeper. So let's go ahead and lock this in, get this early value. This is one that I'm very confident will bump up to at least 9 and get that 0.5 bump during the day today. Our fourth pick of the day is going to be Bradley Beal, and we're going to take his over 22.5 PRA versus the Jazz. Loving this matchup for him. Let's go ahead and take a look. Bradley Beal, 22.5. He hit the over in 72.21% of the projections. When we take a look at this, we can see projection. He's projected for 25.3 in this matchup, so we can see 25 to 26. Again, he hit this in 72% of the sims. He's hit this in 4 of his last 5 games with an average of 25.2. Over his last 10, he's had an average of 25.4 with 7 of 10 going over. And this season, he's averaging 25.3. So we can see the reason his projection is 25.37 is because he's been very consistent all season. The least he's had is 12, most he's had is 38. And when we take a look, we can see 25.36 is his average this season, 25.4 is his average the last 10, 25.2 is his average the last 5. So that's the reason his projection is so close to what he's averaging this season. He's just very consistently getting around this number, and he's went over in 10 of 14 games this season. We have him going over in around 72% hit rate. Let's go ahead and lock it in. Let's move on to our fifth and final prop of this video. And that's going to be Zubac over 25.5 PRA versus the Nuggets. So this is the last prop of the day. Let's go ahead and take a look. So we can see the over hit in 67.8% hit rate. When we take a look at this, we can see the Denver Nuggets defense, 16th in the league for rebounds allowed, allowing 52.1 per game, 24th in points allowed, allowing 116.8 per game, and then dead last in most assists allowed, allowing almost 30 assists per game. We have Zubac averaging out or projected for 28.21. And a projected hit rate of around 68%. He only went over in 2 of his last 5 games, but he's averaging 23.6. Over his last 10, though, he's went over in 7 of 10 with an average of 28. And then this season, he's averaging 29.2, and he's went over in a whopping 18 of 25 games, a 72% hit rate. So I don't think he's going to have any issues versus the Nuggets today. The Nuggets have a pretty weak defense, so I'm loving this. Ivica Zubac over 25.5 PRA. Go ahead and put this in as a 5 pick. Pair up the 2 picks however you want. If you guys want to do like Davis and Zubac, both of those are like 1.85x over on Chalkboard, so you can get some great value there, something like that. However you want to pair them however you want, boys. But let's go 5-0 today. Hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button. Let's go to 20,000 subscribers by the end of the year. We are very close, guys, so make sure you hit that sub button. Go sign up for the Patreon, or at least Predictive Profits if you prefer to do your own research. This is a game changer. Use code TTL50 for half off, and I'll see you guys in the next video.